Hi, this is DOSBox Mom, and welcome to Let's Play Secret of the Silver Blades. Yep, we're back to the Goldbox series of computer role-playing games based on the first edition AD&D rules by SSI. This is the third game in the Forgotten Realms Quartet, and we'll get more into talking about its place within the series in just a minute here, as soon as we get the game loaded. As we can do once we press enter. We've got it. Yeah, there's the intro music. We've got ad-lib sound. So this was published in 1990, same year as Champions of Krynn. I thought for the longest time that Champions of Krynn came out first, but a commenter recently gave me exact release dates for both this game and Champions of Krynn, which I've since confirmed elsewhere. So this game actually came out a couple weeks before Champions of Krynn, which makes this the first one to support ad-lib sound in the DOS version. So it's the third game in the Forgotten Realms Quartet, and also the third published of the Goldbox games. And that castle in the background is basically the ultimate goal of the party in this adventure. Yeah, it's actually a truncated version of the music from the 8-bit platforms. Your goal is to locate the source of a mysterious horde of monsters which are terrorizing the local populace. Many seek to impede your efforts, such as this guy here. Such as the deadly red dragons. This is the demo, and as we've noticed before, the combat in the demo is a little bit randomized. Sometimes all three demo characters survive, sometimes they all die horribly from dragon breath. Okay, well this time they all did pretty well. There are other forces who will aid you. The Well of Knowledge will give you many clues. Some clues will lead you down into the monster-infested depths, while others reveal where evil plans are afoot. Along the way, you will uncover vast sums of magic, gold, and gems. You may even run across old friends. Remember that the realms is depending on you to uncover the secret of the Silver Blades. And now it's going to run the intro music again, and I found out the hard way when I was doing test recordings that, yeah, the music gets increasingly distorted, but it's going to be even worse if I try to interrupt it. So plug your ears, wait for this to get done, and we'll get into playing the game. I will try to post links in the description to how the intro runs on other platforms. I know I can link to the Amiga intro, which is superb. It doesn't truncate the music, and it's even richer than what I remember from playing the C64 version back in the day. Okay, oh, let's hope we can get it out of this. I mean, if necessary, we will restart the game and forget this. Okay, we're going to load characters from Curse. You know, I don't think we're getting rid of that sound. So if you hang on a second, I'm going to reload the game. We'll get back to about this point. And, oh, there. Good, it disappeared. Fantastic. Okay, so we don't have to reload the game. But, yeah. If I find it annoying enough, I may reconfigure the graphics and sound to run with the Tandy sound instead. Now that we've heard the intro music, we don't need to have it messing with our ears anymore. So I actually had to look up one of the last episodes of LP of Curse of the Azure Bonds so I could remember which characters I'd been playing with, because there's more here than the ones that you saw in the LP. There's some from the last time I played this game. So we want to add Eladan and yeah, DOSBox Mom's Cough, Elro here, and Gimli, and Hosita, not Juniper. Okay, let's try Poxinarian and Teresa. And notice their armor class is 6. Take a look at the characters here. Okay, we need to pick a character. Yeah. So they have nothing. No money, no gear. Notice the stats. I mean, the strength stat, I think she must still have the effect of a Girdle of Storm Giant strength from the end of Curse of the Azure Bonds. But absolutely nothing. So either these people are all in their birthday suits, or I like to be charitable, allow them to have their underwear, maybe their pajamas on. That's about it. So, yeah, we can't really modify these characters since we've played with them before. If you are rolling up characters from scratch, I mean, there is a pre-generated party if you've played the game if you're playing the game for the first time. Otherwise, you're much better off just taking characters that have already adventured through at least Curse of the Azure Bonds, preferably both Pool of Radiance and Curse, because they'll have a lot more experience, even though they lose all the cool stuff. So I think we might as well just go ahead and begin adventuring. And our copy protection, no more code wheels. We are using journal entries and occasionally stuff from the rule book. If you have the WizardWorks compilation, they have sort of a cheat sheet which with most of the copy protection answers. Or if you print out the PDF, especially if it's an exact copy, of the original SSI documentation, you should be able to just look it straight up in the Adventurer's Journal. So we need the fourth word of Journal Entry 18. I'm going to assume it's the fourth word after the phrase Journal Entry 18. So we need silver. You have grown bored with peace and yearn for a new adventure. Suddenly, a dreamlike lassitude overcomes you. It feels as though you're floating high above the ground. That's pretty. Okay. A valley resolves itself below you. At its base is a small walled town. Higher up is a mine shaft surrounded by ruins. The top of the valley is filled with a shimmering glacier. Looking at the glacier, you feel a sense of disquiet. Peering closer, you notice a castle embedded at its icy heart. Yeah, there it is. You are sure that something waits there, something powerful and evil. Suddenly, you're rushing closer to the ruins. Below you appears an ancient well surrounded by people. There is a flash, and you lie on the ground dazed. Faces gather round as you slip into unconsciousness. Greetings! I'm glad to see you're awake. I'm Priam, mayor of New Verdigris, and your host. Oh, we're sorry for any inconveniences, but our needs are great. Yeah. If he looks familiar, he is. Don't worry, he'll explain in a minute. We called upon the Well of Knowledge to provide us with champions. You arrived, albeit dazed and bereft of equipment. Okay. So maybe the Forgotten Realms version of t-shirt and blue jeans, which I don't think would count as cloth armor. He continues, and you record it in journal entry 37, which we are flipping to right now. Mayor's introduction. We're a small town of miners in desperate straits. 3 months ago, we opened a new shaft, and monsters boiled forth. Perhaps this is a gateway to the abyss. In any case, we lost many comrades, as the monsters have climbed up level after level of the mine. Now they're invading the nearby ruins. Soon they'll reach New Verdigris. To add to our problems, something has captured the Well of Knowledge. The well imparts information, occasionally grants wishes, and controls the teleporter in my house. If you free the well, then you can use the teleporter to move through the ruins. Once the well is protected, you must descend into the mines and stop these horrors from emerging. Others have tried, but none have returned. You must save us before we are overwhelmed. Okay. We scraped together some equipment and money for you. Alas, this is all we have. Now I'm surprised he hasn't really said much about who he is yet. Yeah. Priam? You heard that name before, all outside of the Iliad. But we get 2,500 experience points. Treasure. Well, let's see what we've got. Okay, 20 gems. That's what we have to buy gear with, other than what they're giving us. And then, yeah. So, various stuff. It's not going to be enough to equip our party completely, and it's not nearly as nice as what we had at the end of Curse of the Azure Bonds. But let's divvy it up. Oh, well. Let's just start passing it out, and then we can have the characters. We'll just have them pick it all up, and we'll divide it among everyone in a minute here. Okay, so I'll take all 20 of the gems. And then, okay, Eladan is a magic user, so let's see what we want him to keep. Probably the bracers. And maybe the Wand of Ice Storm. And the Mage Scroll 3 spells. Then everything else will pass along to the next guy. Okay. Now, let's take a look at Elro here. He's a ranger. Right. He was originally a fighter, and then we dual classed him as a ranger when we got to Curse. We'll give him plate mail and shield. And a long sword. And or maybe we should actually give him the halberd. And we'll have him keep the magic arrows. Although that's all the magic arrows we've got, we might want to buy some non-magical ones pretty shortly. There's Gimli, our fighter thief. I think we'll trade that too. Okay, so that makes it -2. Now, obviously, we're going to have to rearrange the party in a minute here. Okay, we'll give Gimli the leather armor +1, and probably the shield +2, and the longsword +1. And then we'll trade the rest of the stuff to the next person. Yeah. Then Hosita, she's our other mage. And she can't use any of this stuff. Ah! Well, okay. Don't know if she can cast spells with the gauntlets on, but... yeah, we'll trade the rest of that to Pox. Yeah, I think Pox might have had Gauntlets of Ogre Power on in the previous game at some point. Okay, we'll give her the Scale Mail +2. And I think we'll trade the Mace +1 to Teresa. Yeah, it's our paladin, so By now, she's nearly as good as another cleric as far as basic healing goes. Yeah, she was the one who had Girdle of Storm Giant Strength. Okay, so that's how far the initial equipment went. You may use my house as a base of operations. There is an armory and a mage who might provide you with more equipment. There's a bookish group of mages called the Black Circle who wander the area. Don't fear them. One even sells magic items in town. Keep to the map portions of the ruins. The streets are a maze to the unwary. In the northmost room of my house is a teleport of the Well of Knowledge, which still works. It's the quickest way to reach the well. The chalked arrows in the ruins point roughly toward town. Okay, so now we're here, and I think before we go shopping, we'll need to stop and memorize everyone's spells. We'll save. And yeah. So, oh, you know what? Illidan does have that scroll. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think they were able to learn up through level 5 spells in the previous game, so. Okay. Nice magic missiles, good place to start. Read magic. Sleep is going to be pretty useless in this game. Maybe just take a bunch of magic missiles. Then perhaps Stinking Cloud, Mirror Image, maybe Knock, and maybe another Stinking Cloud. And there are occasions when Detect Invisibility comes in useful, but not that often. Okay, let's take Fireball, Haste, Lightning Bolt. Oh. Maybe Blink? Or maybe just take an extra Fireball, because Blink, it seems you can only cast within combat. And 4th level spells. I think we'll take Ice Storm, Fire Shield, and Minor Globe Vulnerability. 5th level. Okay, that's... yeah, 5th level spells I don't use as much. Maybe Hold Monsters, Cone of Cold, maybe Cloud Kill. Okay. And it's telling me that, yeah, we better do the rest of our spell memorization off camera. And when we come back, we will go shopping. So, we will see you then.